Okay, okay. We are back. We are back in the hizzy. You know what it is? It's your girl Faithy. Yeah, we're back. We're back and we're better. Almost didn't do this because, laziness, I guess. But consistency is king. So we are here. We are out here. We are doing what we want to do. So let's get to it. So today we are going to be speaking about regeneration through putrefaction. So I know. The students at the back, they're saying, but Sonini Nanini, what is regeneration through putrefaction? I'll tell you. I'll give you the keys. Regeneration through putrefaction. Essentially, it is dying and coming back over and over. You know the whole phoenix rising from the ashes bit? Yeah, think of that. Have that visually in your mind when you think of those three words. Regenerate through putrefaction, changing through death, death and rebirth. Solve et coagula. Yes. So it's probably Latin. I don't know how you pronounce it with that Latin, accent or whatever, but solve et coagula. You can always Google it if you wanna, dive deeper into it. But it's essentially that idea of, you need to die. The ego needs to die. What you think you are, what you think, makes you you, it needs to die over and over and over again. Also, that you can come back to life over and over and over again. Essentially, life is cyclical. Cycles, the same cycles over and over again. Summer, autumn, winter, spring, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, January, February, March, April. It's cycles, push and pull. It's the same story over and over and over, or well, at least the same underlying story over and over and over. And because life is cyclical, you're not just dying once. You really are not just dying once. You're dying over and over and over again. There's events and people in your life that just come across you, or you come across them, and they make you see yourself in a whole different light. They make you realize that, these ideas, these thoughts, these feelings that I cling so closely to, as if they're the make and break of me, like they're the underlying substance of me. They're not actually me. Over my life, I say that like I'm an old nigga. Over my life, slowly but surely, I've begun to see that, like, sometimes we can get so wrapped up in shit that we never chose. We never chose these things. We just respawned into them. I say respawned, I'm not even sure. Respawned or spawned, who knows? But we just spawned into them. Like, for example, let me give like demographics. Essentially demographics, geographics, where we stay, our race, our age, our ethnicities, our, languages, our cultures, all these different things, as great as they are, as wonderful as they are, as complex as they are, we never chose them. I never chose that I was going to be born in a black family with this many siblings, with this dynamic, with literally everything. Literally, the plan was put there, and we just spawned into it. And sometimes people can hold so tight to it and not realize that, yes, those things are as they are, but because I never chose them, they can't possibly be me. They can't possibly be me. As much as I believe that we are not our actions, just as well as we're not our mind, we're not our body, we're not these things. We have these things, we're in these things, we exist with these things, but we are not the thing itself. And we know this because we're able to observe those certain things. We can observe our thoughts, we can observe our emotions, we can observe our body, which gives us the inkling, at least, that we must not be those things. But yeah, no, I'm tangenting now. I'm going on a tangent. Back to the point I was making earlier. Life is it's about dying and coming back. It's shedding the layers of the onion. Yes, we are like an onion. And the more outer it is, the more outer layers we shed, the closer and closer we get to the true core of what it is we are. This is why we need to die and come back again and again. And please, when I'm saying die, I'm not talking about physical body die. I hope it's clear already that we're not the body. We have a body, we exist in the body, but we are not the body. Okay, if God forbids I cut your finger off, I guess and I hope that you would have an understanding that I didn't take away from who it is you actually are. Yes, I took your finger, but it's not necessarily who you are. It's your vessel. Okay? Even though that is a wild way to explain it, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna go with that. So, regeneration through putrefaction. It's been a motto for me, at least. At least 2023 has been a motto. It's tough, I'm not gonna lie. Coming to the realization that the things and the ideas I believe in, let me not even say we, let me point the finger at myself. Coming to the realization that the ideas and the beliefs I hold at times, they're not real. Then they can't be real because at some point they were just, I heard it somewhere, I saw it somewhere, um, I existed around it, and I picked it up. Like those mostly are how ideas are cemented in our minds. Or this process is happening on a subconscious level. We're not even aware that it's happening, you know? And we come up and we formulate all these ideas and these notions and, these views and lenses of seeing life, not really realizing that at the end of the day, they're just subjective. And because they're subjective and they're not objective, they're not necessarily real. They're real to my experience for sure, but they're not real. They're not the underlying experience, the underlying truth. Yes, yeah, I like that. They're not the underlying truth of it. Regeneration through putrefaction. So this is why we need to, what is it? We need to take up our cross and we need to die on it. The cross, the body, literally head to feet, left shoulder to right shoulder to left shoulder, however you want to draw it. That's your cross. You take up your cross, you die on it over and over and over again. By going through this process over and over and over again, we come to we're essentially polishing our silverware. You begin to see yourself shine. You're polishing your taffy. You see your school's taffy, you're polishing it. And the more you hit it with that brush or that stocking, the more you see it shine. And that's literally the human experience, or at least that's the gift we can choose to receive for the human experience. Because I personally believe I deserve that. I deserve to be the best version of myself I can be. I deserve that for myself. And to say that I'd hope that for other people, that they hope that for themselves, perhaps it's an overstep of my boundaries because, hey man, everybody's going to do whatever they're going to do. And that's their journey. There's no such thing as good or bad in terms of how we learn. Essentially, one way or another, you're going to learn the lesson one way or another, and it's going to be in your unique way, and that's for you to go through and enjoy. But if you can keep in mind that everything is cyclical, everything is a cycle, everything is the snake eating itself, the Ouroboros, you'll begin to see just how beautiful dying and coming back is, how beautiful respawning is, how beautiful it is to break away the layers of what we think we are and really get to the core of what we actually are. Yeah. I love that. I love that. And I'm preaching to myself right now as well. Like I'm telling myself, I'm speaking to myself. I'm engaging with the sleepy beast behind the eyes, the subconscious. But that's definitely a podcast for another day. That's a topic for another day because we can definitely go into the mind and how, it really is fascinating. It is fascinating when you really start to research and see the ideas and notions. And I guess I would think it's truth just because of what I've been shown and what I've experienced. I would say truth, but that's for everybody else to, go check out and experience on their own and see what resonates and what doesn't. But The mind, it's make or break. It can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It can be your savior or it can be your deceiver. It's beautiful. It's beautifully dark. It's beautifully dark. It's on my wave. It's definitely on my wave. This was definitely a good podcast. I'm glad I did it. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. I hope you guys do whatever it is you want to do. Whatever it is, you do it. Because that's kind of the mindset I'm trying to leave myself in and really just be in. That whatever the fuck it is you have on your mind, whatever it is you want to make, whatever it is you want to customize, whatever it is you want to record, whatever, literally do it. Go do it. Yeah. Sonini Nanini, go do it. Bye.